What's up, everybody? This is the Lazy Farmer. My name is Run8, and I'm back again with another version. Same version. Run8, version 3, but another episode. How's that? Today we find ourselves not down in southeast Florida, but just some conversation that I had yesterday and the day before made me start thinking about the Norcal. So I jumped in last night and decided to play Norcal for a little bit, just on my own. And I ended up in an interesting situation, and I thought it would be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm jumping in here. Oh, hang on, so I need to click something there. Okay, that's good. All right. So where I find myself, first of all, I was missing at Southern Pacific. That's another reason why I came in here. But we're in Sparks, Nevada, and I had this particular train, which was all connected, sitting in the yard in Sparks. Let's fly over there. So here's the yard in Sparks, and I had a train sitting here, which was in here, in this yard. It seemed very, very small. So I'm like, okay, let's figure out where it goes and how to get it there, and let's make it happen and all that kind of good stuff. So I came down this line here and pulled into where I'm currently sitting now in a long string. And I came to within like a quarter of that stop right there in one massively long string. And so, yep, this train didn't fit in this little staging yard here. And so I had to split it in half, and so I pushed back as far as I could, cut the cars, pulled back up again to where I almost hit that stop, and then, but it allowed me to at least pull back into here. And now I've got this. Now I've got to figure out how to work these industries, one of which I'm blocking the access to. So we've got a lot of moves to make, a lot of juggling. This is going to be still a 2-hour video. That's where I'm working on keeping my videos now. The 9-hour one was kind of an interesting one. That was fun, but yeah, no, it's not something I'm going to do. No picture. Oh, there is no picture. I just looked over there. It was there and then it was disappeared. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. Wrong one. I clicked the wrong thing. Once again, I make the mistakes, so you don't have to. There you go, Bob. Thanks for letting me know there was no picture there. All right. So I've got this so it well, like I said, Run8 and OBS, they tend to fight. So I have a redundancy built in, and there's your picture. So sweet. Okay. Not a good way to start, but it is a way. All right. So I've got RDS, NDS, CAC down here, WMS down there. So let's see, do I have a switch list? I do not have a switch list for this, so I need to YSP52. Do I need to change my tags? Let me see. YSP56. I do have to change my tags on the train, so YSP56, and we'll just change that to YSP56. Alright, and let's go into the switch list. Alright, there we go. So I have a lot of pickups to do. I have not some, well, the cars that are connected, not so many, but the amount of pickups that I have, somehow, some way, I need to exchange, get them out, not exchange them, but get them out of here. I have this particular lead right here to work with. If I need to, I can shove some down in here because that's not being used for anything. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So let's see, where can we get started? So I have RDS, RAP, NDS. NDS is down there, LEL, and HCC. HCC is in here, which I'm currently blocking. So I need to start the engines first of all. Let's get them started. This is going to be interesting. This will be fun. Pair of SD40s, Southern Pacific livery. Alright. So RDS was over here. RDS has nothing on it, so I can at least go do that one. And then RAP. Got 5 for RAP. Where was RAP? RAP's over here. So I'm thinking I'm going to do NDS. I'll come back light. I'm sorry, RDS. Come back light. What do I have? RAP, I've got 2. I want to grab these. Let's retag those, get those out of there. Interesting. None. Well, all of these are none. Okay, let's take a look at the industry RAP. So I'm going to go stand on the track. Control I. Search using closest track. Ralston Purina is what it is. And covered hoppers. That takes 10. That's why I've got so many. They come in loaded, it produces empties, so pretty much I can choose any one of these. North Platte is the main hub for Union Pacific, and this is a Union Pacific area, Union Pacific yard, so I'm going to go ahead and work with that. So let's retag these cars to North Platte. Oops, North Platte. Not New Orleans. Okay. North Platte, and then we're going to come down. We'll do these here. And so that way I can pull these 2 out. And these 4 out, actually. And then North Platte. There we go. Alright, so at least those have a destination. And eventually get them out of here. So we're going to start with that one. I'm going to come pull those. So I'll take the RDS that's at the front. I can at least pull up, shove those back. And I can even, once if I have these done, then I can actually use this track and put some cars in here as well too. So RDS, I have an industry I can configure here as well too. I don't know what I want to put there. I might have to go do a little research and see, talk to my daughter. Hey, go visit her. Let's go to Sparks. She lives near Sparks. And let's go take a look at some industry. Oh, I hate being underneath the ground. Here we go. And now I'm inside the building. Excuse me, passing through. Oh, sorry, walked over your desk. Okay. So let's start with RDS. And I think these cars, I pulled them over here. Nope, they're not bled. They're actually, I thought they were bled. Alright, we're going to close that off. Close that one off too. There we go. Delete them out. That was fun. Okay, I'm over that. Alright, let's push back a little bit. I think I have... That one's applied. Perfect. Okay. Those are applied. So I'm going to go ahead and click this one. Take the brakes off. Take the brake off of there. Take the brake off of there. Alright. Those are the hand brakes. I'm missing something here. Alright, there we go. Reverse. All brakes off. Alright, push back a little bit, and then we're going to pull forward. And I'm in tight spaces, so I'm going to go with a 5 mile an hour slow speed setting. So this actually makes me think that I may have to, what's we got here? Jeffrey! Hey everybody, happy late Thanksgiving. That's, you know what? This is not late Thanksgiving, this is happy leftover day. This is the day that we get caught up on eating all of our food, you know, leftover turkey sandwiches, reheated mashed potatoes, gravy. Yeah, that, you know what? It sounds gross, but actually it's great. Just love it. So, Jeffrey, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? And hope everybody has the day off. This is also Black Friday. So, here's a question for you. Why do they call it Black Friday? Alright, come off there, and let's go ahead and hit some brakes. I'll ride this back. I think I'm doing, what was I doing? RDS, okay. So that's the question. Why do they call it Black Friday? We'll see if anybody has any, well, I think everybody's got some kind of retail experience. You know, at some point when we're young, we all do it. I got into it and had a natural ability, and within like 3 months made management. And it was only supposed to be temporary, just to get me through college. And yeah, 15 years later. That's why I'm jaded on Christmas. So if you hear me talking negative about Christmas, that's why. Alright, that HCC, I gotta clear that particular, I gotta find a way to clear this track here. So HCC cars, I may have to pull out. There's GGD, which goes right here. I'm doing all right. 1 cup of coffee. Got on. I mean, you guys saw the stream yesterday. Let me jump down off of here and run down and grab this switch. So. Already got on, did my little daily routine in Lord of the Rings Online. Oh, there we go. Dinged, was it 138? I hit 139 this morning. And 140, when I hit 140, that starts the new area, and that's where I'm going to be taking my character into. So you're probably going to see a lot more Lord of the Rings stuff. I'm exploring some other games as well to add to, excuse me, I got hiccups now, add to the repertoire. One of which, I mean, I just installed Stellaris. That's an older game. Never really played it all the way through. Bear with me for just a minute. Alright, hopefully that'll get rid of the hiccups. So, Stellaris, I'm looking at. My buddy Kerbo, he's doing a stream right now on, what's he doing? He's doing Star Citizen, which I finally got it to work. I took some advice from him and just let it sit, which some of these games I'm looking at, actually made me think. I mean, I really want to get the rail driver for here and this for the other simulator that. Well, there's a couple of simulators that I want to purchase. I want to start playing some trains, and I got to take a look and see. I think it works for Derail Valley. I want to start doing Derail Valley. I have was it Railroad Online? Never did anything with that, so I've got a lot of things. So that a lot of different games that I want to bring to you guys. Mostly train based. Some of them maybe a little space based or different, just some different stuff. So the new year will bring new games. That's what I'm looking at. New year. Can you believe that? Wow. 2024 is almost here. That was quick. Be a year and a half. Just about a year and a half. Not even that. A year and 3 months, 4 months. 5 months actually. A year and 5 months my daughter will be married. That kind of makes me sad a little bit. But that's happy. She's got a good guy. And the first thing she said to me when she said that, she accepted the proposal was, Dad, I'll always be that little girl that you chased down the hallway. Told her not to grow up. Whoa. Good one. Alright, RDS, come on in. We're going to park this one in here. Actually, safety-wise, I need to have the bell going. I think I'm going to do that. If Mr. White jumps in here, Mr. White, I want to meet up with you. And since you train people at Waycross, I think I want you to train me. At least in the simulator, help me correct things that I'm doing right. Help me correct things, enhance things that I'm doing wrong. And bring realism to us. Jeffrey, can't wait for Christmas, and I love trains. I love trains too, Jeffrey. So, man, and Christmas, see, okay, here's why I can wait for Christmas. All right, and don't hold this against me. And this is one story of many, but what it comes down to is just after I was married. And we were, the Christmas time's coming up. My bride, hey, we got to go to Walmart. We got to go do. All right, let's bring this to a stop because there is no dead end on this train. I was looking for like a bumper or something. Nothing. All right, we're here. Let's get on the ground. RDS is parked. Closed here, and I'm going to push back just a little. We're on the flat, so we're not working it against any grade or with any grade. So just a touch. There we go. This will take the tension off the coupler, and now we can pull forward. But anyway, yeah, so she's like, hey, we got to go do the Walmart thing, go get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and hey, whoa, get out of the train and get on the steps. So, but yeah, go do the whole Walmart thing, and yeah, that didn't turn out well. That was ugly. I go in there and I see the local Walmart had a pallet of Xbox gaming systems. I can't remember this so long ago. I don't know which Xbox it was, but it was an entire pallet. And these two ladies grabbed the same box. I'm going to reiterate. There's an entire pallet. There's like 50, 60 other boxes sitting there. But they grabbed the same box. Started to argue. And then it became a fist fight. Because their viewpoint was so myopic that they just couldn't even conceive, either one of them couldn't even be courteous to say, you know what, go ahead, you take that, I'll get this one. No, they both had to have that box that they grabbed, and it became a fist fight. And I saw situations like that time and time again. That's not what Christmas is about. So if you're going to go out and go Christmas shopping, be courteous. Be giving. This is the season of giving. Be giving to everybody around you. That's my telltale. That's why I'm against Christmas. I think Thanksgiving is more what Christmas is supposed to be about. But that's just me. Anyway, back to trains. So, alright, so 5 miles an hour might be just a little too slow. So we're going to go ahead and speed it up to at least no more than 10. Going to work 9.6. Alright, we're moving. Okay. This is going to be kind of interesting. We got to get rid of all these cars that are in front of us. I have very little room to do it. So what I can do is I'm going to, what's my next set of cars? Because I gotta clear not this string. There's one on the other side. RAP FTL. I gotta look and see what's next. I pull these off. No, not yet. I gotta work on the other side. I don't know. It's an interesting puzzle. And this is switching cars. That's what it is. It's basically it's a puzzle. RCL. Now that one. Thinking. I don't know if I have any RCL, but I need to pull them out anyway. Yeah, right now. I'm gonna go Shift and F12. Oh, question that came up yesterday in my chat was how, now this is just showing the two engines, but how I got this particular graph up here, that would have been left shift and then hitting the Z, and I just rotate through all of them. There might be a quicker way to get to it, but I just do it. Now with a rail driver, if you've ever seen the rail driver, there's a bunch of buttons on the front. One of those buttons you can program in. Everything's programmable, but you can program one of those buttons just to do that, or you just hit the button and you can cycle through it. And I mean, that's my intention, because I mean, I did the same thing with Farming Simulator. I mean, I have the control panel somewhere, wheel and everything, and I'm thinking about going back to it, but there's a whole new system out there that looks so much better than the one that was produced by Cytec, which is a Logitech company. So I think Thrustmaster came out with something for Farming Sim, or Farming Sim like. My dad takes me for trains all the time, like BNSF, Norfolk Southern, CSX, UP, Amtrak train. Nice. So Jeffrey, you guys go rail fanning? That's awesome. So this would be a simulator for you and your dad to have fun with. Because Run8, when you buy the base game, you get the server as well. So you could literally run the server, say like on your computer, and your dad could be on his computer, even though you're in the same house, but you guys can be playing engineer and conductor, basically doing what I'm doing. So, which right now, being outside of the cab, I'm the conductor, and I'm not talking it over, but there's, I don't know, it's just something to think about, Jeffrey. You and your dad go out all the time. Why not do a little Run 8? Alright, so my next one, I want to get a bird's eye view of this, so let's get in the drone. Alright, so I need to pull RAP. RAP is over there. I may have to do that. I don't know if I could take all 4 of those. Because that would actually clear HCC, and then I could pull HCC off. I think I got HCC at the end down here too. So, whoop, doing? Hello. There we go. All right, NDS, that's over here. But before I get NDS, I got to pull RAP. RAP is over here. Distance-wise, and I gotta get on this track here. I do not think that I can pull all 5 of those at once. So I may have to come grab 2. And what I can do then, I can grab 2 and I can shove these 2, pick them up, put them on this track, and then take all 5 and put them on this track. As long as they don't block the switches. So it looks like little storage tracks back here. Hey, what are you guys doing back here behind the building? Get to work. Slackers. Alright, that's my plan. I'm going to take 2, then I'll come back and get the other 3. I just don't have a lot of room. But this is an interesting puzzle. I'm liking this. Alright, so we're going to come back here. We'll grab 2 of those. And then we might have, that should give us enough. Once we get those 5 done, then I can pull that whole string and grab the HCC, pull them out. Start building something that resembles an outbound train. RCL. Do I have any RCL? That's what I was going to look at too. Let me go back to drone mode again. RCL. There is a faster way of looking at this, but I'm going to go do a flyover. FTL. Alright, so I don't have any RCL. Okay. So those will be the last things I grab. I'll put those on the end. Because we're just going to be going back this way, going back to the Sparks yard. Alright. Let's go back to what I was going to do. Alright. And then F12 to get back on the ground. Back these up. Alright, we're going to go grab 2. Might be able to, now I'm down here, I might be able to grab 3. Should I go for it? I'll go for 3. I just can't do 5. I just don't think I'll have the room for 5 all at once here. Alright, let's go into reverse. And how's that look, by the way? You know what? Do this. Message options. Blue? How's blue? Hopefully that, I think that should be able to, you guys should be able to see that a little bit better. Alright, we're going to go in reverse. Notch, come off the brakes. That'd be the independent brakes. Wow. Let's catch up on chat here. Let's see, my dad takes me to the name. I love what you're doing. Southeast is my favorite route, but I can't ever get things right and get frustrated. Medic Matt, frustration. Yeah, just, I mean, the first thing I'm going to tell you is patience. In railroading, you never do anything fast. Even if you're making a mistake, you're doing okay. You mean that mistake, you learn from your mistakes. So make mistakes. That's why my motto is, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. But truthfully, make the mistakes. I am going to go back to the southeast. I find it very interesting. I'm down to my last 3 shifts for day 1. So that'll probably be tomorrow. Saturday and Sunday will be shifts 1 and the first 2. And what I've been trying to work on is what's the right tag. And so I can show you, and that'll be tomorrow's video. I'll be the routing editor. I'll be showing the routing editor how to figure out what goes where. Am I 100% accurate on it? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I know where they're controlled, where the control points are, or where I think they are. But if I have a train ready to go that needs to leave Waycross and go to Taft, what's the correct tag to give it, so that I can give it so it can make it down to Taft. And I found really, oh my God, this on the Depot Plus forums. There's a really good posting that has 3 maps that show exactly what you need to know about the southeast, and I will give you that. I will show that as well too. So I spent a lot of time. I love trains so much that even if I'm not playing Run8, I'm reading up on Run8. That's and sometimes I don't get any sleep because my mind's just going. All right, let's go ahead and we got get some brakes on. Okay, get on the ground here. I'm not going to connect. I'm going to grab 3. Close that off. Open that coupler. Even though I'm not connecting, I'm closing them off I just don't want a PCS error, which shouldn't happen because I'm closed here as well too. Let's see. Bleed these cars out. They're not using the cars at all, so we're bleeding all the air from them. I'm not using the cars. I'm not using the brakes. All right, so we're gonna get on the front. And I'm hoping I can clear that switch to push back. So let's go ahead and go forward and see what I got. Once again, if not, I may have to make a thing. I'm from Texas, so the train is more similar to that route than the desert or mountains. I downloaded the depot config file and tried starting fresh, but can't get my supply trains to work. Alright, so what can I advise? Your supply trains, let me notch down here. I didn't take the brakes off. Let me think about this, how I want to word this to you. This actually makes me wish I was on the southeast side now. So, if you go to Shift F2, left Shift F2, you get the AI train menu. And then AI traffic, well, I've got this one disabled over here because I don't want my yard overflowed, and I would call for my supply trains as needed. So, but what you're going to do is, well, actually we can do this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to raise this up. You'll notice as I'm raising the minimum up, the maximum is going up. So for right now, I'm going to go to 55 minutes minimum. 60 is the maximum, so 1 new train every hour is going to come in. Max trains 10, might be a little bit low. I'm going to let it go. Let's enable it. So now I'm going to get AI trains spawned. We go to the spawn points, and what you're going to look for, of course, this is Northern California, so not a lot of spawn points. But on the southeast, take a look at North Campground. So that's the northern end of the Fitzgerald sub. And go to your manifest trains, and or to supply trains. So in this case, I'll pick. Let me pick Half Ed. That's the most eastern point on this particular DLC. I'm going to go to train types, and I'm going to come down here to mixed freight. Okay, that'd be your manifest train. And then go to the train symbols. So on the manifest trains on the southeast, it's going to be a queue. The symbols are going to be different than what you see here. Just pick one of those. And then click on Tag for Industries. Go to your filter, and then you can choose. And the list over there is a long. Which industries do you want to serve? Do you want to serve the industries that are coming out of Waycross? Make that's what I'm doing. That's what I started with, to learn the route. And so once you figure out which locals, and that's what these are, here are the local numbers, which locals are being served out of Waycross. Let's pretend YSP is a local being served out of Waycross. That's the map that you're on. You're just going to click and turn on yes, and then close it out. And when this part right here, train priority, determines how many locomotives are going to be on that particular cut of cars. You're going to get a list of cars based off of the needs of the industries that you select for the locals. So whatever locals serve those industries and what those industries need, you're going to get a train based off of that. So depending on how fast you want it to get there, determines when you change your other peon or king of the rails, like maybe one locomotive to 2 locomotives. I would say maybe 4 locomotives. So it all depends on what you need. So anyway, that is, and then you just have to move the slider. So first thing is, if I want anything to come out of Half Ed westbound, I got to pull the slider up. So now that location is activated. Then I come here and mix freight. Pull this slider up. Okay, it has at this end, it's got a minimum chance of spawning. If I go all the way over, that's pretty much going to be the dominant spawn. That's what's going to happen to mixed freight, and that's what you really want to do. Okay, so hopefully that helped you. I'm going to go back to what I actually had. I am going to disable this though. But anyway, so let's see. I took Amtrak Texas Eagle from Tucson, Arizona to Chicago, Illinois with my family. Nice. They just showed as saved trains and won't let me make any new trains, but I don't want to take over your... No, you're fine. Medic, I'm here to help. My thing here is I really want to increase the fan base for Run8. That's my goal. Okay, whether my own stream increases, yeah, I'd like to see that happen, but but anyway, well, what I'm gonna do is I'll make a note of it, and I will remember to bring that up tomorrow's stream. Here we go. Let me grab a note, because I definitely want to bring this up, because honestly, Matt, if you have that question, other people have that question. And if I can help solve what's going on with you and help solve yours, then I'm doing my job. That's what I see it as. So this is for Matt, the medic, medic Matt. And hang on. Alright, I got my note for tomorrow, what I'm going to do. So, and in fact, I could probably even make a little, like maybe 15-30 minute video on how to create supply trains. Now, there is an older video that I created this is right after I started playing Run8 and started figuring things out, and it is a quick way for you using the train maker train maker upper, to create a supply train for yourself. But the way I was just showing you is probably the better way, because it creates supply trains that are tagged like this. So it tells you the local number and then the industry, and that's probably the best way, most prototypical way. So, all right, let's move forward. Let's get back to work here. Coffee break's over, guys. Why are we not moving? Hang on. Let's get back on the ground. Let's figure this out. No handbrakes. No handbrakes. That would be why I got handbrakes applied. I don't want to hit F5 because that'll pull the handbrakes on everything here. I just want... Okay, we're still on a couple. Perfect. I just wanted the cars that I'm going to pull. Medic Matt, thanks. I'm glad you enjoy the streams, and there is a way. In the description, there should be a link to my Discord. If you want to, you can go ahead and join the Discord and take a screenshot and send it to me. And or if we need to, I mean, to help you walk through it, I am not adverse to, hey, let's meet up in Discord at some point, and I can show you. So, and because through Discord we can share screens and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm just throwing that one out there. All right, let's pull forward. I mean, I still feel, I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm going to start exploring some other train simulators. Like I said, there's, Derail Valley is more of a train game. Railroads Online, train game. But I want to look at some other simulators. I want to go see if... Alright, let's go ahead and shift and right shift and the star. I'm doing a little countdown to make sure that I can clear that switch. And I think I should be able to easily. I probably could have, I might have been, now I'm in here, I probably could have taken all 5, but better safe than sorry. Yep, here we go. And 30, 20, 10. I'm clear of it, so we're going to go ahead and come down on the brakes. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and jump down. Play conductor, run to the back. So this is what I was saying to you, Jeffrey, that you and your dad, if you guys like to go rail fanning, you could be in the looking at the world up in the locomotive, looking at the world like this. This is it. You're running the controls right here. Dude, I have a cup for you to urinate in because you look a little stoned over there. Anyway, so you could be the engineer. Your dad can be running around as a conductor, or you could be running around as a conductor and looking at the world this way and flipping the switches, or trading back and forth. All right, I'm actually going to run down all the way down here. Make sure my switches, because this one needs to be flipped, and I need to go down this one. So interesting, we got the old old school and then the new school switches. All right, let's go, and we're going to push back till we get to that industry, and then I got to figure out which one I want to grab first and connect them together. And then when I bring them back, I'm coming back with 4, so I got plenty of room. So I probably could have done the 5, but I got to take the 4 and I got to stick them down this track because those are outbound. This will be the outbound track. And then as we start to clear this track over here, we'll start using this one for outbound as soon as I can get that industry that's tucked around the corner over there. All right. Backing up. I gotta start doing the horn. I saw that one, Matt. It's actually on my wish list on Steam, is Railroader. It looks phenomenal, and the fact that they've decided to go early access. Oops, I don't want to go forward. I want to go backwards. Because they were, I mean, I was watching it. We watched the video on it. There's a November 2023 update video for Railroader and what's coming, and they think as far as the rails are concerned, it's playable. I mean, in a nutshell, the game is playable. It just needs to be polished, and that's what they're working on. And yeah, it's Appalachian area. It's if you think like derail values, it's this closed map. It's basically, it's all about switching industries. So where Run8, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Run8. Run8 is ultimately switching industries. But you know, if you get tired of switching industries, you want to run a road train. Run a road train. You know, and you can go from one area to another. I really want to see. This is on my wish list. Right after having Southern California maps and DLCs and Run8, add the 2 subdivisions that are between Southern California and the map that I'm on right now, Northern California, and connect the 2. That's pretty phenomenal. I would love to see that, and I don't think that that's off the table. I've had a conversation with somebody that claimed that they're a developer for Run8, and that is something that they're looking at or working on, because potential to have Run8 go from LA, Long Beach, or Port of Long Beach or San Diego, because I think San Diego's on the table as well too, all the way up to the San Francisco Bay Area and Port of Oakland or Port of Richmond, which is a huge intermodal facility. Would be huge. Anyway, and then after that, I'd like to see them model. All right, I'm going to go straight. I'm going to pull these cars here, stick them onto these, take the ones that I'm going to be grabbing, and load this track up right here with them. And I got 2 more to pick and bring over. So, but anyway, yeah, model Chicago area. And the reason I'm actually saying model Chicago area is because BNSF comes into that area. It's a huge interchange area. BNSF, Union Pacific, CSX, Norfolk Southern, what used to be the Kansas City, with the Kansas City Southern, which is now Canadian Pacific, whatever. But it's like almost all the Class 1 railroads in and around the Chicago area. That would be a huge thing to model. And then you can figure out how to send a train, say from here to Northern California, or a Southern California train to the Pittsburgh line, the Pittsburgh division, through the Chicago area, and have it change and have exchange over. I mean, there's a lot when it comes down to programming. There's a lot smarter people than me. Trust me on that one. I don't know. It's a dream. It's a dream. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeffrey. You know what? I'm sorry for your loss, bud. But, you know what? You still want to play multiplayer? Come on over to the High Green server or the Mateo server. Mateo server is Southern California. High Green server is the Southeast, and it is a multiplayer. The links to their Discords are they're in my description, and you can go there and check them out, and then. All right, these good. Okay, so these are already good. We're going to pull forward out and stick the last two. Oh, actually, I want to be on the back end of this. But yeah, you want to play multiplayer because that's actually, I think, where Run8 really shines. And we need more players on the High Green server. All right, let's pull forward. They do. They have been around for a long time. I've been searching my own personal story, and I've talked about this on past streams, but I'll still talk about it. That my own story on a train simulator that met a specific need is one in which I could scratch that model railroading itch that I have, and it's one of those things like I want to be able to, I've always wanted to build my own model railroad, and of course, my thought is, if you're going to do that, go big or go home. So, but I just don't have the space. And especially after you have kids, so now model railroading is going to be something that I'm actually looking to move and find some place where I can get the space. All right, let's go ahead and slow down. All right, jump off here. Alright, we're going to push back. Hopefully these two cars will fit and not foul the switch right there. But anyway, that's what I was like looking at all the other simulators out there. And as near as I could tell, and mind you, I haven't played any of them. That's why I'm going to start playing them and comparing them to Run8. And what I'm going to look at is, do they solve that model railroading itch? And as I looked at all the ones out there, they were scenario based, and so, which means like, okay, as soon as I completed the scenario, then I need to slow down to 3 miles, under 3 miles an hour. Slow down. All right. So, if the model railroading thing would be for me is, oh, that was a nice touch. All right. Is I want to be able to pretend that I'm going down into my basement. I want to pretend that I'm like making a decision. What do I want to do? I'm looking at, do I want to run cars? Do I want to work on scenery? Do I want to, switch industry? What do I want to do? What do I want to do on my model railroad? Running a scenario isn't it. it doesn't. To me, it doesn't. I feel constrained. Like it doesn't. Like okay, as soon as I finish this, I gotta go to a menu and pick something else. Don't do that. And as I was looking for, the model rail or the virtual model railroad train simulator that would scratch my itch, it was just in passing I saw a video on something called Run8. Well, what is Run8? So I ended up, looking at that video and I went, oh my gosh, are you kidding? And then I started looking at a whole bunch of other videos. Found one streamer who was streaming Run8 through version 1, version 2, and version 3, who was an actual railroader. He was a conductor for Norfolk Southern. And it became apparent to me that Run8 was exactly what I was looking for. So I dropped the money on the base game. And it was exactly what I was looking for. And that's why I say this is my virtual model railroad. Welcome to the MVMRR, my virtual model railroad. So anyway, my thoughts are straight there. Okay, that would be awesome. Plus Run8. It is almost... Yeah, there you go, Matt. See, yeah, it's like I would love to. I mean, my thing is, I would love to have an HO scale model railroad. And when I was a kid, my godfather, who worked for Southern Pacific, had, the boxes that reams of paper come in. He had about 20 boxes of those, full of cars and locomotives. He collected N-scale stuff. And he ended up, I found out later he wanted to give it to me. My mom said no. Love my mom dearly, may she rest in peace. But come on, seriously, woman, why would you say no? Alright, let's go ahead and pull this forward. But anyway, but even then, and I tried to build an N-scale layout. Go ahead and set the apply the brake on that one. And it just didn't scratch that itch. It was not what I wanted. I wanted HO. And, that's that whole thing of, like I said, go big or go home. So, but this is, as far as, like, the physics and that particular streamer, who doesn't stream so much anymore, but that particular streamer, when the Pittsburgh line came out, he made a statement that absolutely sums up how realistic Run8 is. Because, like I said, he worked for Norfolk Southern. His route takes him through the horseshoe curve, takes him into the area that the Pittsburgh subdivision is modeling for Run8. And his first impressions were simply the trains operate exactly as they do in real life in that subdivision. So that's what Run8 has over any other train simulator out there, is the absolute realism and spot on physics. Is it hard to drive a train? Yes and no. It's simple. The idea behind it, everything is simple, but where it gets hard is, obviously once you know your route, you're going to know exactly where the grades are, where your downgrade begins, where your climb is going to be beginning, and as you get to know the route, you're going to get better at it. But that's the biggest thing in running the trains is, especially in Run8, with the physics being spot on, it's thinking ahead. It's like, okay, I need to apply the brakes now. It's being patient. You're moving thousands of tons of freight, and cars and stuff, and it's just thinking ahead. And like I said, in railroad, nothing moves fast. Medic back. I'll have to check out the multiplayer for the Southeast for sure. Then been learning on the single player might not be as frustrating. You know, you can get in. Like I said, get on the high green server. They're very casual. They will do a checkout ride. They want to make sure that they've had issues in the past, especially when they started the SoCal server, with people coming in and just being stupid. You know, I've got a very good friend of mine. The first thing he said when I started playing Run8 and started streaming it, my original streams were over on Twitch. His first thing was, "Hey, go full speed through that switch. Take that turn at full speed. Let's see what happens to the train." I don't play that way, dude. You know, and if I'm gonna get on a server and play multiplayer, you know, not everybody else is going to appreciate that, especially with Run8. If you do something and have a catastrophic failure, you could crash the server, make trains disappear, just in general, just break stuff, and and that's not fun for anybody else that's on that server. So SoCal server is definitely the more populated of the two. They're both hosted on the same machine. So I think, and that's the second largest map is going to be the Southeast. So yeah, if you want to jump on there and learn how to... Why am I coming back so slow? Oh yeah, brakes on? Yeah. That's alright. Oh, I'm not even notched. That's why I'm just coasting. Push back a little bit more. I need to stop before that switch anyway, because that's where the orange dots, I don't know if you guys can see that on the stream, but these orange dots right here, that's where the cars need to be in order to be worked. So we're just going to push back and we'll stop just before that switch. Alright. Brakes on. Forward. Take the brakes off, roll out. So I know that on the high green server they have somebody that is the yard master for Waycross. And I put out that I went down and looked at Taft, and there's a lot of interesting switching down at Taft. So I said, okay, I'll take Taft, but we'll need definitely. I think they added Baldwin, so they'll need a yard master for Baldwin. They'll need a yard master for Moncrief or Jack's Ramp. So. And go do it, Jeffrey. Go drive. All you need is a high school diploma. Go do it. Go figure out how you do it. There's actually, I think it's Yuba City, California, and I'm sure there's others around the country. But there are schools to where you can learn how to go drive a train and do other things on. For the railroad, and then once you graduate to school, the railroads will pick you up. And case in point, I think it was Quincy White, Mr. White, who trains people, does training at the Waycross yard. way across Georgia, Rice Yard. So they'll hire you out of the school, and then they'll put you through their own training as well, so that you know how that company does it, whether it's Union Pacific, BNSF. I don't know. I think, but either way, class ones. I mean, depending on who you talk to, some people will tell you don't go work for a class one, go work for a short line. It's hard work, and you got to work as a conductor before you can actually become an engineer. So that's like the stepping stone. You do conductor, and then when an engineer spot opens up, then you become an engineer. But go do it. Go do. Go learn, Jeffrey. Go. If you love trains that much, you may end up hating trains by the time you're done. But I would do it. All right, let's go ahead. Jump down. And go back and grab those other cars. Whoops. Go grab those other cars. We got 2 more cars for that particular industry. Then we're gonna go see what else we can do. I think I got, I don't even have the maps for this one. I gotta go look and see. I may have to print. I gotta print out the maps for Northern California. Being a tactile individual, I like to actually have something in my hand. It's one thing to, to be able to look at it on the screen, but it's another to actually have a piece of paper, and then I can use, pencil or pen and jot down notes. All right, let's slow down. All right, 3 miles an hour, just about where I like to be. I hit the brakes just as we connected. That, open the coupler. Alright, pull that one. Here we go, pull that one. I can ride this one. Here we go. No, that's not the one I want. Yep, it's this one down here. Alright, I'm going to start using the horn and the bells like I'm supposed to on a lot. So, to be able to get to the point, oops, let's get off the brake. I applied the brake instead of released the brake. Alright, why are we not moving? Alright, come on down. What did I miss? We are uncoupled. That is released. That one's released. I'm in forward. Off my brakes. Oh, wait a minute. I know why. You come off the notch here. Yep. Bleed it. Bleed it. Alright, remember, unlike a truck, you use air on a train, you use air to apply the brakes. And there they go. And that's what it was. Alright. Alright, Jeffrey, take care, buddy. Thanks for hanging out. I certainly do appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. Alright, so I might be able to take... Might be HCC, might be the next one that I do. Notch down and apply the brakes, jump down, back on the ground. We'll go ahead and flip this switch back again, and then we're just going to push back. There we go, get a little closer. Alright. So we're making some headway. Like I said, I came in with this long train into this yard in Sparks, and boy, I'm telling you, not a lot of room. But we're making it happen. Oh, before I go, I just wanted to let you know that I'm in the bowling league every Friday night, and I'm getting married soon. Congratulations, Jeffrey! You're not marrying my daughter, are you? No, I'm kidding. No, congratulations. You know what? Just remember, you probably heard it already. Happy wife, happy life. Service. Serve her every way possible. That's the piece of advice I'm going to give you. My marriage, yeah, well, there were issues there, even to the point that my son, my daughter, don't have a good relationship with their mom because she's a very controlling individual, very controlling. So my advice to you is don't be controlling, serve, be selfless, and it's all about her, and expect nothing in return. That's my advice. So, other than that, congratulations. That's no lie, exactly. Happy wife, happy life. But then too, also remember that you gotta remember too that you are the head of the household. You know, and so like anything else that you're the head of, if it goes wrong, you take the blame. If it goes right, you give the credit. And it's not about you. That's it. That's my advice. So congratulations. Stream that wedding so we can all be a part of it. I'm kidding, of course. Although, not a bad idea. It could be. I wonder if you monetize that. I'm kidding again, of course. All right, slow this down. Get down to about 3 miles. I keep reiterating this, but you know, anything under 5 miles is considered a safe. 5 miles per hour, considered safe coupling in Run8. I prefer anything under 3, between 2.5 and 3. It's just this is a little slow just because it takes some time. So, you know, 2.2 should be perfect. And we are coupled. Alright, get back on here. I'm on the other side of the wall. I can't see. Alright, let's go ahead and connect. We're going to open that one up. Oh, wait a minute. And we're going to go ahead and set the brake. Set the brake. Back here, open the coupler that was white. We're already in, so now we're just going to go ahead and pull forward to here. I'm going to grab these cars and we're going to pull them, and I'm going to set them over on these tracks over here. All right. Pounds on the independent brakes. Flip this. Whoa. Interesting little hole right there. All right. The biggest thing I was thinking Matt, I was thinking of your question. It's the tags. And that's the very same thing that confuses me about the CSX in the Southeast, is how CSX does tags. All right. Let's go ahead and get off the brake. So, and that's where, I mean, in SoCal, I think that's why everybody's on the SoCal, because BNSF and Union Pacific, their tags make sense. Alright, let's get on the front here. So that makes sense. I mean, you look at like in BNSF, and I always go back to them. They got the 3 tags, and then Union Pacific uses 2-letter tags. So NP's North Platte, you know, SP Sparks, RO is Roseville, YR is Yermo. So that's for Union Pacific. For BNSF, Barstow is BAR, you know, Bakersfield BAK. So if you see a tag BAR, BAK, that's a train that's going from Barstow to Bakersfield. Makes sense. Union Pacific, CSX, Q155, well, that doesn't really tell me anything about the trains. You know, where's it coming from? Where's its destination? And the way they do it, I mean, they know, but I don't. I mean, I'm trying to learn it. And if you look at Run8 and go, okay, this is what this tag is. Let me go look up and, you know, and the documentation for CSX. I need to push back farther. Let me get off the ground here. I'm thinking I'm going to take these cars, and I need to pull forward a little bit more. Bled. Okay, are these loaded? No, they're green. They're empties. So why is this like dragging? But anyway, so and I understand that's the biggest thing, is trying to figure out the tags for CSX, and that could be kind of daunting. All right, let's go back. put some brakes on. Let me focus on what I'm doing here. Get these cars out of the way. So that's what I intend to show you tomorrow, is how I'm trying to figure out. It's not that they are figured out. It's how I'm trying to figure out, you know, the CSX symbols, and then off stream, sitting at the desk, not wanting to play, but kind of asking a question. I printed out the maps for Norfolk Southern, and I started looking at their tags. It just got even more confusing. So, but why is this slowing down? Do I have brakes on anywhere? That's good. That's good. That's good. No brakes, nothing. But something's dragging somewhere. And these are all empty. That's something too that would be an interesting thing that to add to Run8 is the I mean, I can create a tag for a car to go to the repair facility, but what if I want to like do a bad order on a car and say like, okay, I got bad, even if it randomizes it. Now, it used to be click up here. Yeah, see, it used to be that you could click up here or something like that. I don't know. It'd be kind of nice to do, like, double click this and then come up with another page. Something to do. Say there's a problem with a car, dragging brakes or something. But something, these guys are. There's why. These were applied. I had one applied, that's why. Okay. That one. Alright, so these are all applied. I thought I got them all. Alright, so we're going to leave those there. Let's go look at the next move. We'll go back into drone. Alright, so this opened this lead up here. So if I needed to, how many cars I got down here? Alright, so I got 3 cars, HCC, which these don't have tags. So let's do Control I. Do I have to be on the ground? I have to be on the ground. Okay. Control I again. Alright, so that's not going to pull it up, so let's go ahead. Heritage propane, HBF, so it's not that one. Not that one. This isn't propane here. HCC. What could this be? Or is it even no, it's got to be inactive. Yeah, HCC right there. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So there's another way to find out. If we do left control and L, we get the industry configuration. So these are all the cars at all the different industries, whether they're loaded, whether they're ready, the destinations are coming, they're going to go to, what type of car they are. That's pretty cool. But I want the industry config. And if I click on incoming tags, I can sort them alphabetically, either ascending or descending. So I'm going to go look for HCC. The HC companies. Okay, pellet hoppers. Interesting. Okay, the HC companies. Let's go take a look at HC companies. So we're going to go Control I. Oh, it's under T for the HC companies. Right there. Boom. So the HC companies for HCC. So I'm going to manipulate this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete the out of it, and that way we just some HC companies. Okay, nothing else has changed. So you can see these little dots turned into little tiny O's. So that's the track. I can go on, edit track and add and remove them. Don't want to do that though. Be careful doing that too, because you can end up with tracks over here and not realize it. And that it's just, yeah, sometimes it's better to be up in the drone than looking down when you do it than being on the ground. All right, so this takes plastic pellet hoppers. These are the companies, the destinations. So I'm thinking I'm going to send these to OA. That's Oakland. So I'm going to send them to Oakland, OA. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter some cars because I want a specific car to come in here. So right now, all these plastic pillar cars that's eligible. I'm thinking, you know what? Get rid of that one, get rid of that one. I don't know. I'm just showing you guys this, how to filter cars out. So the first three, yes, and then from this point on, anytime I bring in a supply train for this particular local, only those three cars are what's going to come here. And just for color, there's a pellet hopper that's blue. That's what I was looking for. Anyway, and there's ways to look for that, but that's how you can configure an industry. So once we're done, we know it's OA. I'm going to go ahead and save that. I guess I don't need to save it. Okay, cool. All right. So we're done there. You know it's the HC companies. There we go. I wanted to edit track. So, okay, so now filters. Yep, we're good. We're good. All right, so and we're going to take these cars here, and these three are going to go to Oakland. So I'm going to retag them OA. Boom. Okay, so now those cars, other than none, I can't stand none as a destination for cars. So this could be another industry here. Don't know what I want to set that up. We got a guy sitting here waiting for cars to come in, and there's no industry set up here. So maybe this could be a box, something for boxcars. So, you know what? Let's do that. Let's play around with that. All right, so I'm gonna go, like I said, get into the drone. So left shift F12, and then shift E to go up in the air fast, or just E to go up slowly. And I'm going to look at this. So we're going to look at left control I. And right here we're going to do new industry. You're going to mess with me on this? It's not letting me. Okay, I got a glitch here somewhere. So let me get back over here. Whoa. That was left control. All right. Nation. Milepost tags off, on. All right, industries off, on. And somehow the HC industry disappeared on me. So let's bring that back up. There we go. It didn't have tracks. The tracks disappeared. Okay, perfect. I don't need all this, but we'll save it. All right, you can see where wherever I put my cursor, if I'm not careful, I could actually add more tracks to it. So, all right, so now that's done. So now we're going to go to new industry, clears everything out. And let's go TLF. Oops, oh, sorry. All capitals. TLF. And imports. Doesn't have to be all capitals, but I just wanted these to be all capitals. So, yeah, TLF, TheLazyFarmer, imports. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the tracks. And you can see where the little blue circles are. They come all the way up to, that's perfect, right in here. Boom. Okay, so we're going to save. Okay, so we got, if it's blue, they're not picked. If it's yellow, it's been selected. All right, industry's done. And then we want, I think we're looking at, these have to be in capital YSP 56 if I remember correctly. And the tag for this will be TLF. That, okay. And then we want it to receive boxcars. Boxcars, okay. And destinations, well, it's going to go to North Platte, comma, Oakland, comma, FR for Fresno. Oops. FR, comma. Let's see, who else? We'll just make up some tags here. LB for Long Beach, and that's good enough for now, just for what we're doing. How many cars can we take on that? You can probably take 4. So 4 cars, 24 hours of actual game time, which is real life time. So 1 full day, 24 hours to turn those cars, and it's going to produce empty. So those cars are going to come in loaded, and they're going to get unloaded. Got a guy sitting there with a forklift. We got storage over here, so he's going to unload, go into there, and then they'll end up, when the cars are empty, they'll ship them back out. And so when we're done, add this industry. TLF imports is now part of it. Okay, so now we got to add the track. So Control I. Boom, click on that. Save. And then we got the orange means that track has been selected. We'll get out of that. Save the industry. And now we have TLF with the orange dots. So next time we call for, let's see, I want to make sure we're looking at, I think it's YSP 56. Yeah, YSP 56. So next time we have a local train come in that has YSP 56 assigned to it, we're going to get cars for this industry. So now we have 2 industries here to worry about. Awesome! All right, back to running trains, because that's what we're going to do. And that was how to create an industry. I don't charge extra for that. All right, so we now have NDS. I've got 2 cars here for NDS, which are right there, and I think I've got 2 or 3. I have 3 to pull out. So can I fit 3 in here? Do I have anything else? I think this is the only thing I have. No, I have more down here. Oh, that's NDS. Okay, so RAP is done. So I can effectively start sticking. I can even park them on that switch because I don't have any cars for that. So yes, I can come down here. I can grab those 3 and stick them on here. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's get back up here. All right. Click on that. Open coupler. Bye-bye. CAC, I think is all the way down there. But I want to clear the other track that I'm working on before I start. And I want to start putting cars here. And then that way, that one can be like a little runaround track if I need to. And then eventually, when I go to leave, just double up and then head on. Just take it to the yard and Sparks. Oops, I didn't stop too early. Okay, let's get back. Back on the ground. I need this switch right here. First, jump on, go for a ride, and do it all over again. Got some HCC. FTL, CPC. I think at the end of this particular strain, I've got some HCC. Okay, slowing down. Slow down more. There we go. Alright. Get back on the ground. First thing, take that brake off. NDS. NDS, take that brake off. Down here, open the coupler. Get on and let's go pull forward. These are loaded. Tell by the red. And the interesting thing too, you look at the YSP-56, those are my locomotives. The color tells you approximately how much fuel is left in those locomotives. So at some point I'm going to have to get them over to the fueling yard there in Sparks, fuel them up. Something else I wish they would model. If they ever came out with version 4, I have a long shopping list. In other words, you just get rid of the button. Well, no, leave the button. I take that back. Leave the button. So you can just go up and pretend like, okay, a fuel truck came out and serviced it. Or better yet, kind of like what they do with the cars in the industries, do the same thing but for locomotives. If you pull into a shop, you can set the amount of time that locomotive has to be in the shop in order for the engine, that locomotive to be serviced. Get fuel, oil changed, windows cleaned, tires inflated, whatever. TheLazyFarmer. Locomotives don't have tires. No kidding. I was joking. Alright, come off the notch, and we're going to go ahead and start applying brakes. As soon as it came off the notch, it was enough. It started slowing down. Alright. Okay, he's good. Going to reverse. And come off the brakes. Actually, let him start to push. Actually, hang on. Come off the notch here. Oh, that's why too. Helps if I would bleed the cars. There we go. So not only are they heavy, the brakes were still charged. So we're going to come down, and we got to come down into here. Alright. We got more than plenty of room to pull the ones that we're going to pull out, and then set these in. Oh, wrong way. There we go. And of course, before I forget, if you like the content, please do me a favor, click the subscribe button, click the notification button so you know when I come online next time. Give me a thumbs up. And if you have anybody else in your friends or family circles that love trains, like Jeffrey, used to go look at trains and when his dad was around, you can still go do that, like rail fanning, anything like that, please share my videos out and say, hey, let's play Run8. Let's get Run8. I was reading up on it too. You buy that, if you buy the base game alone, the amount of, there's like 220 miles of mainline track in just the base game alone. And then if you consider that you have 2 Class 1 railroads, Union Pacific and Burlington Northern Santa Fe, that's equivalent to 440 miles of track. Because, I mean, between the two, and then you got the industries, and then you get the Barstow hump yard. So you can practice, configuring a hump yard to meet your needs. And Barstow's pretty big, and it's a lot of fun. You just need the base game. And then if you, like Matt, likes the southeast side, you don't have to buy the rest of Southern California. You can just go get the southeast, which would be Fitzgerald, Waycross, Baldwin, and A-Line. Whoa. I need to flip the switch. I'm monologuing again. So, or if you just want to do if you're northeast, just go get the Norfolk Southern Pittsburgh division. Or if you want, like me, when they came out with this one, this is the area I grew up in, taking the Amtrak from the Bay Area through Sacramento and then up over the mountains into Reno. And I just did that a few months ago to go see my daughter. So I'm already thinking about doing it again, although they've been working on the tracks. And right, I guess because of this time of year and the snow, there's not a lot of rail traffic going over the mountain, at least not passenger wise. You get to Sacramento and then you gotta get on a bus and take a bus over the mountains. Well, if I was gonna do it, well, other than the fact that it's relaxing, yeah, I would actually. That's the piece, man. It's beautiful scenery. I don't mind driving it, but it is very relaxing. Alright, we're going to pull these out like I said. Alright, these are already tagged, so we're good there. Somewhere they're going to Sparks, SP, so that does, actually I don't know if I like that tag. Let's go look at our DS while we're here. Put the train in the neutral. So RDS. Ross delivery. This is it. Okay. Boxcars. EU. I don't see SP in here at all. EU would be Eureka. I think it's Eureka. PD and PT, that's Portland. WC, West Colton. Why would it just go to West Colton? But that is, you know what? These cars are going to go to West Colton. That is the hump yard in Southern California for Union Pacific. So, other than, well, Roseville, RO, is, that's the Davis yard. That's the hump yard up here in Northern California for Union Pacific. Alright, so we are going to jump down, and I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And the only one that I gotta be careful with this. Bump, bump. We're going to send this to WC. WC. Alright, that makes sense to me. Okay. So these are coming in. This is NDS, right? Yeah, this is NDS. So the other thing I'm looking at, these are coming in loaded. These are going out loaded. Doesn't make sense. So let's take a look at that industry again. Alright, so it's supposed to produce empties. So I don't think that these cars got worked because they weren't tagged correctly for this industry and they were already sitting here. And I have not worked this local, so that's part of the configuration. So we're going to go back into and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it empty. Each car empty. I love that. Watch it. Watch the one back here again. Empty. Spring. Bing. Bing. So, and then this one's going to be empty as well. All right, and doors opened up. Everything is okay. Good. Now that makes sense. So we have loads coming in, tagged for this industry. Appropriately tagged boxcars heading out. Let's go. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually just going to go past this switch, put those 3 empties right here, drop the loads, come back, pick those up, and then take them back to that little mini work storage yard, whatever you want to call it. All right, so we're going to go forward, off the brake. And let's come off the notch because I think I forgot to take the brakes off. I'm doing this manually. Now I could hit F5 if the handbrakes are still applied. Remove all the handbrakes, but I'm kind of been doing things manually today. And not a conscious decision to do it. Just started doing it. Alright, handbrakes are off. You get to see a lot of like what to do, how to do things in Run8 today. Let's try this again. And we're moving. Perfect. Passing the switch, so we're going to go ahead and come down on the brakes. Like that. Okay. In reverse. Just right about here would be a good place to stop. We'll target that. £12 on the independent brake, and it's coming to a slow stop. Put some handbrakes on. All right. I need to come back a bit. Get off the brake, so how is that? Hit it for a little bit. There it is, just enough to turn this from yellow to white. And we go ahead and pull forward. And then same thing, we're going to go up past, just past the switch. There's another third industry down there. Don't know what I'm going to put in there. I might have to put cold storage or something in there. Alright. And then we're just going to go ahead and bring these in. Now, if you want to do this, if you want to line a boxcar up with the door, can. I'm not that concerned about it. Let's go ahead and set that back. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go in reverse, off the brakes, re-blast on the horn, signaling that I'm reversing. Alright, about 6 miles an hour or so, we're going to came off the notch, letting it coast back on its own. Slowing down. These things are heavy, They're loaded, so they're going to slow down on their own. All right. About 10 pounds. Yeah, good enough. They're in the zone to be worked, so they don't have to be all the way to the end of the line there. Handbrakes applied. Push back a little bit. Go. Alright, actually I was going to get on, but I got to come down here and flip the switch. Oops. And that should finish this particular. I don't think I have anything else. Oh wait, I do. I have got CAC down at the end down there, and I think I've got some cars for CAC. So I can't block this for. Alright. 10 pounds on the independent. Alright, let's go ahead and over. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and pull this in and set these with our other pickups. And then that's it. The stream's about 2 hours long, a little over 2 hours. Not a bad stream, good conversation. I appreciate everybody that joined me today. So that's it was actually a good one. I like this one. And I didn't mess up grossly. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to release the train brakes, release the hand brakes. Alright, let's get on the front of this thing. And cool. Where's my CAC? I think that's on this string of cars right here. It's interesting too that I can see the industry tags, but the car tags I'm not seeing. There they are, they're starting to come in now. I do have a refrigerated unit. Okay. Oh, GD. That's the GGD, and that goes right there. So, and then HCC. These three HCCs, I can probably pull those off. But that string of cars that have been working, there's an HCC on the end of that too. So, but this will be the last move for today. I'll continue this one. I was going to go back to southeast tomorrow, so that's my plan. I already made that promise. I know that Jeffrey was here, and he's gone. I'm not sure if Medic Matt's still here. but he's got some questions about the southeast, so I will go back to CSX territory tomorrow. We'll save this for another day to finish this. This is actually a fun little local to run, to be honest with you. Right in the middle of the switches, I've got the distance counter counting down. That's right shift, and then the star key or multiplication key on the number keypad. Come off the notches. We're almost there, and we are well clear of that switch. So, all right, going on the brakes. Way more than well clear. So we're going to go ahead and, oops. Oh, this one was not set right. That was spring loaded. Wow. I actually, you know what? That's one thing. I'm not going to say this out loud. Well, I am going to say it out loud. I have never had a derailment because the switch was set against me, and that one was. Was it? No, it wasn't. I'm looking at it backwards. Never mind. Never mind. I thought it was. All right, but these aren't. We're good. We're going to go ahead and, I mean, I picked this switch to try to clear, but that one down there is the one that I really needed to clear. So I need to go back down here. Flip that switch so we can go straight back. This spur we're done because it's just the one industry down here. You go drone mode so you can see. So RAP down here, that's the only industry on that spur. So I can go ahead and that one's done, so I can block that industry. I've got some industries down here that need to be worked as well. So I got FTL, CPC down here. I think these are all these ones up here are part of a different local. So, but there's like 3 or 4 locals that work out of this area. And then I got some power units I need to send back to, I'll send them off to to get them off the map. I'll just send them to North Platte. Alright, so for right now, we're going to go ahead, and as long as I don't block that switch, which I'm not going to with this cut, because I think I come down here, yep, CAC, I've got CAC down here. I'm not sure, do I even have any CAC? I do, right here, on the end of this one. Okay. Well, these might be the last cars that'll go in here. I can go up to at least up to here, and then the rest will be on this one. But by that time, I should be done. LEL, I got to find that industry. And of course, HCC I know is down here. So, LEL. Well, anyway, let me finish this move, bring the stream to a close, and we're done. And we're done for the day. I think what I'm going to do is I need to download the PDF file for the map off the Depot Plus server and print this out, because that would be to find that one industry only if I had that in my hands. I like holding stuff in my hands. And I need another cup of coffee, which means I need more water from the Keurig. So, I got things to do. Alrighty. FTL, CPC, they're both of them are over there. I clear that other track, I can pull the CAC off, stick them down this way, and then run down this one and go work those with this entire cut. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, put about 11 pounds on there. We're starting to reduce speed. Alright, we're under 5 miles an hour. I'm going to get down to about 3. Under 3, there we go. Brakes. Nice touch. Alright, coming off of there. Handbrake on. Handbrake on. Handbrake on. That's a little close. If I had to come down this spur, that would be a little close. I got a little bit of room to shove that way. I'm done with that spur. I'm just making the statement that if I had to work this spur, that's a little close. So, but that spur's already done. Alright, come down here. We're going to go ahead and connect that. That. Okay, we're good there. We're not going to air it up. I just want them connected. And we're going to go ahead and push back a little bit. Let me come off the brakes. Open the coupler. Pull forward. Alright, this is a good place to park it. Oops. Stop doing what you're doing. Alright. Take off the bell. We're going to tie them down appropriately, so we're going to go ahead and hit the brake. Hit the brake. Run, stop. Running, stop. Relinquish the train. Alright. So that's it for today's stream, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Give me once more time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Turn the notifications on. And of course, you in my description are the links to Molly my Discord, but Mateo's server Discord and the High Green server Discord. If you have Run8, join those two. They're very casual. There is a checkout ride. It's not hard. But read through on what you need to do to get ready for the checkout ride. And then once you're in, they'll give you access to the server and passwords and all that, so you get on and you can start playing. And then yeah, I've got some streams coming up scheduled where I will be on the High Green server. I'll be on the SoCal server. So let's see. Tomorrow, Saturday, we'll be back to CSX Southeast Land. And then I'm planning stuff for the Norfolk Southern, but I'm in the planning stage on that. So, and hopefully, Matt, if you join me, remind me of your question. I'll probably try to get that done first thing in the video, just as a courtesy to you, so that way, you know, if you come back and watch the video, you're going to get your answer right in the very beginning. Anyway, so for everybody that joined me and for my friends out there that are streaming other videos and everything, thank you for hanging out with me, and just thank you in general. Happy day after Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. Once again, my name is Kurt H. I am the Lazy Farmer. Have a good afternoon.